and I will be doing my senior seminar project on the effect of fat content on food, on longevity of adult Drosophila melanogaster, more commonly known as the fruit fly. My mentor is Dr. Sorrentino. Just a little bit of background. There's some different ways that we can look at the diet of any organism. Diet can be monitored and altered in various aspects depending on which route you want to take. Things such as carbohydrates can be looked at, protein content can be looked at, sugar content can be looked at, and here we will look at fat content. There have been many studies done that have shown that fat content has a direct effect on the longevity of an organism. Fat content has also been shown to affect an organism's quality of life, as in higher fat content causes more disease and things like that. Food label usage has grown in the United States in the past few years especially due to the fact that disease has been increasing as well. Honestly, when you would get diagnosed with a certain disease or sickness, you're going to be more willing to watch your health risks and your daily intake in regards to food. So if you look at the food label usage here, the fat content would be able to be seen on the back of a food label, and it would be shown per serving size. So these ideas can be studied in Drosophila because Drosophila is a model organism. The purpose of the experiment will be to determine the effect of the fat given in the larval stage of these Drosophila on the adult stage, how long the adult live after they are grown in their larval stage with beef of these various fat contents. My prediction would be that the beef with the highest fat content would decrease the life of the adult Drosophila most. My methods. We will have a stock of the Drosophila, so the adult stock, one adult stock will be placed in each of the various beefs. The three kinds of beefs will be ground chuck, ground round, and ground sirloin, each with the different percentages of fat increasing. The adults will be put in each of the beefs and left to lay eggs. Once the eggs are laid on the beef, those adults will be taken out of those vials. Once the larvae hatch that are on those beefs, they will grow into various beefs, they will grow into adults. The adults will then be transferred to vials of yeast. The vials of yeast with the adult Drosophila will then be monitored daily to see how long the adult Drosophila live on those yeasts. And like I said, my hypothesis would be that the vial with the greatest amount of fat, so that would be the ground chuck with 15 to 20% fat, my prediction is that those flies will have the shortest lifespan. As you can see, this is my budget, and it's well under the allotted amount for the class. Each student that's working with Drosophila, we're all ordering in bulk so that we can increase our stock. I'll have a culture vial set. It's all coming from Carolina Yeast Supply, and the medium, and as you can see, the meat is there as well. So fat content in daily diet. This can be taken from the Drosophila and looked at in humans. As I said before, Drosophila is a model organism, so the link can be made, and it has been made in many experiments previously, and will continue to be made between this model organism and humans themselves. I understand that it might be a stretch to go from, a larval form of a fly to a baby, but it's a model organism, and things such as caloric restriction and sugar restriction, a link has been made. The biggest positive effect of this experiment, I think, is education. Like I said before, most people who have to start looking at food labels and restricting their diet, they're doing so because they have been diagnosed with a disease, or they have been diagnosed terminally ill or something like that, so they want to start improving their diet. If we can implement this sooner rather than later, we can implement the fact that the occurrence of disease goes down. So, any questions?